Event transportation and transfers. By and large, the term transportation and event planning refers to all the methods used to get people to and from the destination and venue. The term transfer typically refers to methods used to move people from one event venue to another, or session to session while the event is in progress. As a strategic event planner, you are responsible for making both transportation and transfers efficient, affordable, and stress-free. In this video module, we'll look at transportation and how they can be types of transportation and how they can be utilized and managed to achieve your goals and enhance the experience of your attendees. Conventional ways of travel deserve a second look when you are an event planner because you are working with a budget and often quite a lot of people coming from a variety of locations. Many of these folks have specific requirements that you need to address as well, such as special transportation and accessibility needs, travel restrictions because of health concerns, and some may be too young to rent cars once they arrive at the destination. When planning any event, take a very close look at your demographic and design your transportation and transfer plan around the needs and limitations of the majority of your attendee base. For example, it's safe to assume that 20% or more of your attendees will have some type of special needs when traveling, be it a wheelchair transportation, oxygen use, or qualities that make it impossible for them to drive themselves or use self-propelled travel modes. If you can, as everyone registers, ask them if they have travel requirements. That way you can put together your master transportation and transfer program and have all the vehicles in place to accommodate attendees with special needs. With these issues in mind, let's take a look at air travel. When using airlines to transport attendees to a destination, one of your biggest concerns is doing whatever you can to control costs for them. There are some basic rules of thumb for reducing air travel costs. Use an in-house or contracted travel planner to book all attendee flights as far in advance as possible. Have them identify your event to the airlines as a business event to leverage generally available group business travel and planner discounts. And if your attendees will be renting cars, use the strategic alliances between airlines and car rental companies to further reduce the rates of each. If you don't have the luxury of a travel planner, contact the airlines for promo cards and other vouchers. Most airlines are happy to give discount vouchers to attendees. In some cases, corporate retreats, for example, all your attendees may be departing the same destination, or there may be large groups departing from multiple destinations. In these situations, consider chartering commercial aircraft. The Air Charter Association of North America, for example, can connect you with companies and airlines that offer charters. Some airlines offer deep discounts when you fill an entire jet with your attendees. If your event is very high-end and big budget, charter private jets and give your guests the ultimate VIP experience. You may also want to consider using air travel for transfers if the location warrants it. For example, if your event is a team-building conference and retreat based from a wilderness lodge, consider adding the extra thrill of using float planes or helicopters to transfer attendees from the base lodge or camp to the more remote survival training location. There are all types of passenger trains for rail travel, for distance and inner-city travel and scenic travel transportation. Much like airlines, the rail travel industry offers many groups and season discounts. To avail yourself of these on behalf of your attendees, plan early. If you have the opportunity to transport or transfer your attendees by rail, all at the same time, make the trip special by booking an onboard catering and bartending service, and maybe even entertainment or interpretive guides. In many places in the world, high-speed rail is available between major cities and inherently affordable. If your event takes place at a destination that has trolley or cog train transportation, use it. Make sure you give your attendees precise instructions about stop locations and schedules so they can really enjoy the experience without the stress of getting on the wrong train or missing the last one scheduled. This rule goes for inner-city rail travel of all types, subway travel for example. It's absolutely fine to use public rail transport for your events. Just make sure you take all of your guesswork out of it so it's stress-free and enjoyable. Before you choose a destination for any event at which you want to use rail transport, talk to your destination management point person or do an internet search to determine what's available and what might add value to your event and help your budget. The following terms will return diverse and exciting rail travel opportunities: atmospheric railways, monorails, high-speed railways, maglev, rubber-tired, underground, funicular, cog railways, bogies, steam locomotives, high-speed rail, bullet train, commuter rail, rapid transit, tram, trolley, light rail, subway, and heritage railway. An automotive travel category encompasses everything from private cars to limousines and vans to buses. Some events just work best if you allow everyone to use their chosen transportation, their personal cars for instance. But most events require some type of mass transport at some point, and there are often VIP travel consideration. Here's a look at some of the reasons meeting planners make the choices they do. Cars and trucks. Personal or rental vehicles work very well for events that are spread out in multiple venues or have many features or activities, not all of which will be attended by everyone registered for the entire event. If your event uses personal vehicles, remember to do a thorough job of arranging ample parking for attendees. If many or all will be renting vehicles, work with the rental companies ahead of time to ensure that they will have enough vehicles at the pickup site and they provide discounts to your guests. Buses, coaches, and vans. These vehicles work great for any event where you'll be moving large groups of people from one place to the next at the same time. Remember to assign team members to make sure that everyone who needs to be on the bus at any given time is on that bus. The only potential shortcoming of bus transport is those people who slip through the cracks and miss their bus. This can be avoided by assigning certain groups to certain buses and having a bus monitor who keeps track of the group and doesn't allow the bus to roll until everyone is accounted for. Car sharing or carpooling. If personal or rental cars are used, encourage your attendees to share them. This will cut down on their expenses as well as fuel and use and emissions. Make sure you give all attendees the contact information for a taxi service so they can obtain their own transportation efficiently and affordably if they miss their car share or are forgotten by other members of the carpool. Limousines come in all sizes and shapes and styles and give your guests the value added of being pampered by traveling in luxury. Today's limos frequently accommodate up to 25 people, so look into them as a classier approach to van and coach travel. You may find the prices comparable. Conversely, don't hire the super stretch vehicles for your VIPs. They should travel in small private groups in tastefully appointed cars. Motorcycles and scooters. Because of liability issues, you may not want to book these modes of transportation for your event. However, they are a viable option for anyone who wants to use or rent their own. If your event type attracts attendees who would be likely to use these modes of transportation, make sure to provide adequate and secure parking for them. If your event takes place on an island, for example, consider giving your attendees the value added of a ferry ride, complete with a bar, music, or entertainment. You may even want to charter a private sail or power yacht to transfer guests to a venue. While most people find water travel very enjoyable and frequently both relaxing and festive, others suffer from mal de mer or seasickness. Give your guests another option if you can, just in case they get sick or are terrified of water. If on the water travel is the only option, give those who are scared the opportunity to join the crew for orientation and provide anti-seasick medicine and devices. If your attendees are local to the venue, encourage self-propelled travel to it and transfers within it. There are many benefits to self-propelled travel, including reduced vehicle and maintenance costs, minimizing vehicle traffic on the road, which improves safety, improving everyone's health, thus reducing chance of medical emergencies such as heart attacks, increased feeling of well-being, which improves attentiveness and attendees' knowledge from and enjoyment of the event, and reduced stress, which improves overall effectiveness of the event. Furthermore, not only is human-powered travel much less expensive than vehicle travel, it has a very positive effect on the environment by reducing greenhouse gas emissions and toxic runoff and water pollution, as well as diminishing noise pollution. The major consideration for you as the event planner is to allow enough time for people to travel to and from the event and move around during without the speed advantage of mechanized transport. If you don't allow enough time, the health benefits of reduced stress will be eliminated and your sessions will be interrupted by breathless latecomers. You may also have to arrange for secure storage for equipment and liability insurance for people who use it. Following are some of the types of self-propelled or human-powered transportation or transfer you may want to include in your next event plan. Walking, canoeing, kayaking, and rowing, cross-country skiing or snowshoeing, cycling and hand cycling, skating or skateboarding, and rickshaws. If feasible, add an element of entertainment to your event's transportation and transfers by including animal transportation. Cautionary note: before you book any animal transport services, please do due diligence to research this mode of transportation and suppliers of it. Some types of animal transport and business are cruel and injurious to the animals. If you employ the service of reputable companies and individuals who treat their animals well, provide all the necessary requirements like water and shade, and don't overwork them, you may find that any one of the following can really add to your event's character and impact: dog carts or sleds, elephant rides, exotic animals like llamas, ostriches, and yaks pulling carts, horse and carriage or sleigh, horseback, and even reindeer. Transportation and transfers are essential elements of every event. As a planner, don't look at them as just a necessity. Look at them creatively. You may very well find that you can incorporate them as a feature or activity in the event that your attendees will enjoy, appreciate, and remember.